Hey everyone, it's Ann here, and I'm doing a quick video. I actually shot this before, said quick video, and then 20 minutes later I'm like, what? This is not a quick video. So today is a quick video. I'm getting ready for a week-long road trip, and well, that just means so many different things I can't even tell you. From the stuff I have to do for work, to make sure that I at least am okay for the week if I don't get a chance to work too much, and also it means packing, getting my car ready, all of that good stuff. So today's video is just going to be super easy and simple, and it's actually because I talked to a lot of you offline about planning your launch. That's what I'm about. I am constantly kind of in some sort of planning or strategy mode, and I actually have a video that I shot a couple days ago where I talk about what I do on a daily basis, and I realize that a huge chunk of my day is spent in that strategizing and kind of like visioning out the upcoming period of time, whether it's the next quarter or how I want things to look at the end of the year. And so, but today is really about planning your next project or your next launch. So if you are planning a launch of a new website, a new blog, a new YouTube channel, a new Etsy store, a new course, an online course, offline course, an event, whatever, then at some point you're going to need to sit down and start writing out all the things you want to do and accomplish during those launches, during those projects. So the first thing I would actually recommend that you do is go ahead and grab my launch toolkit, because that is actually a resource kit. But the very first thing in there is this first 10 steps to planning a successful launch, if I can get that out of my mouth. Anyway, so that worksheet will definitely help you figure out those pieces before you even start scheduling anything. You kind of need to kind of lay the map, lay things down, and see where you're headed. So I do that, and then what I do with that information for me is I bring it into filofax. So my original nude personal filofax is where I do most of my planning and work. Even though I do have an A5, that really is mostly kind of my business resources, things that I might need to access, but it's not for the active planning and everyday work. So this is where I am most of the time. So for me, I need a combination of the ability to make lists, to brainstorm. I need lined paper. I need calendars. I need weekly calendars, monthly calendars. So I need a lot of different layouts in order to kind of get to help me understand what I'm doing on a project or where things are going, how long things are going to take. I need to be able to plot things out. And if I get an idea about, let's say, a piece of content that I've written down on a blank piece of paper, I need a place to put it right away so that I know when I'm doing it. However, many of you don't necessarily like paper planners, and maybe you don't even like these kinds of planners, which this is really a 6-ring binder and you can put anything you want in it. I don't know who wouldn't like this, because you could make it blank paper if you chose to. So I wanted to show you 4 different options that I found that I thought, oh, well, these would be great for someone who's not necessarily looking for a calendar, but still wants to really lay out and brainstorm and figure out what their launch is going to be. So let me just put that down. So the first thing is something you guys have probably seen before on my Instagram feed, and it's my Ann Dory. It's getting a little bit worn and dirty, but it's okay for me. I'm okay with that. I bought a few other pieces of leather, so I may remake it with better elastic. And the reason I thought this would be great is just because there's so many choices, again, for what you can slip in here. You can have blank paper that, if you are a visual person, like to draw things, you can put those in here. If you can make your own little books. You can, like, I have this whole section here, this whole little book. I actually just kind of made myself from printed out paper. And there's some dot grid paper as well as just colored paper. But you can also put lined paper in there as well. So I think this is nice because it feels very journaly, it feels very natural, and if you like the idea of having this kind of lo-fi, low-key way of keeping track of all of your ideas, this is it. But it's very close to what a journal would feel like. And that's what I feel like when I'm writing in this. Even last night, I was writing out kind of like where things stand on everything for my upcoming launch in May. And I realized how much it still felt like I was journaling. So this is like your business journal. Dear Diary. Okay, so the second kind is, they come in a couple different sizes. It may come in another size, but honestly, I don't know that for sure. This I found at Target, and it's just called Notes. But, oh my God, and I like flipped when I felt this. It's like so soft and cool. I think it's like vellum over maybe cardboard. See, I'm very tactile, so this is important to me. So the reason I got it isn't because it's just a notebook, which it is a notebook. There are just lines here. But let me move this down and show you what's up here. This is also this cute little thing. Not cute, but very useful, so that if you're making a note, you can attach a date to it. And so it becomes almost like a day planner, really. So I think this could work really well for someone who likes making lists, who says, okay, this is what I got to get done these days. You can choose to use that calendar piece however you'd like, but I feel like this could be one of those nice carry-arounds as well. It's the same in here as well. I don't know if they're going to have any more left, but they were at Target, and I found one of each of these. So I just like snapped them up. And if you can't find them, I may be willing to let go of this. I don't know. I kind of love them though. They're so pretty, and I can imagine using them where I just use them for launches only and then pop them in my bookcase when I'm not launching. And so then I just take that information back out. I look at what I did before. I go through. It's an easy way to go back through all of your ideas and notes. What did you actually end up doing? And you've got kind of like a nice record of whatever happened last. So I would say even I might end up using this for a launch later this year if I need to and want to kind of keep it separate and really know what I intended to do as opposed to what ended up happening. So check those out. Now, again, if you're not into calendars, which you may or may not be, I still think there's a way to embrace them. And usually for me, calendars have an ability, and this may be for you too, to make me stress out if I'm not using them. And that's what happened with me in the Day Designer. I did find a way to use it so that I don't have to worry about the dates and me not using it during the year. I can washi tape over the date, and I still have a beautiful Day Designer that I can use anytime I decide I need to use my Day Designer. However, I do think there is something to looking at least a very loose calendar, a loose overview of different periods of time, and then just kind of sketching things out. And if there's a gentle calendar out there, it's this one. This is, it says Plan on the front in this gold foil, and it's by Julia Kostreva. She's a designer out of California. And I feel really bad because a few months ago I said I was going to do a giveaway, and then I just got wrapped up in work. So that's what happened. So this is what I'm going to do, and this is why I'm showing this to you last. I am going to do a super impromptu contest. And if you want this, or actually not this specific one, but if you would like to check her out, and I think she's, let's see, juliakostreva.com, I believe. Yeah, juliakostreva.com. I'll put the link below. Go check out the other styles that she has, and guess what? I will pick one of you to get a free one of these, and we'll have it sent directly from Julia. And I may actually have a discount from her. I can't remember now. But regardless, don't worry about that. Let's just talk about this one that I'm giving away. But the reason why I love this is pretty simple. First of all, it is undated. Secondly, it's so thinly sketched that it doesn't stress me out. But every single layout in here, I've made myself to use as planning to launch. So I may actually make this required reading for some of my more personal one-on-one clients. Oh my goodness, you're getting this, and we're gonna use it. But it has so much flexibility in here, and it's blank. You really could just choose to use it however you want. or skip layouts altogether. If you like this kind of bookbinding but loose, I think that you'll like this too. So, I mean, there's lots of other ways and tools to use when you're kind of brainstorming and planning out your launch. I do think having access to a calendar is really important, but I also know that it can cause a lot of overwhelm, so you kind of have to trick yourself into planning. So if you want to trick yourself, use a beautiful notebook, use one of these that I've suggested. I'll put links if I can find them. That's going to be fun below, but I've told you where you can get them. Target for one of those, and then this, you can actually go to her site if you really just can't wait. And this I made myself, but the inserts are available on Amazon. They are Midori Travelers inserts, and you could, in theory, just use those without the leather. So there are so many options, and I encourage you to find a physical thing that you can start brainstorming, keep with you. It can be a small notebook, a bigger notebook. I'm thinking actually field notes might be really good too if you like that size, like the little tiny ones. And then it will make the next phase, which is scheduling it out, deciding if you need help, finding partners. It'll make the rest of your launch so much easier to lay out, because you don't want to be overwhelmed at the get-go. All right? So I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful for you. I know it was a little bit off my usual business advice video, but I figured, this is a tool that I'm turning to on a regular basis. I'm looking down at two more that I just decided not to show you. But I do turn to various tools to kind of trick myself into doing work, to getting things done a little bit better. And I hope that you enjoyed the peek at these few that I just discovered. So have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment in order to be entered to win the Julia Kostreva planner. And have a great week. I'll be off on the road, so if you want to leave a comment and I don't know, maybe I'll send you some pictures from the road. Check out Instagram, and you might find some from deep in the forest somewhere, in the redwood forest. Anyways, have a great day, and I will chat soon. Bye-bye.